welcome to the Night Night Show. I'm your host, Chris, and on music, Sam.
Hello out there.
As you know, the world is under the weather, so that's why we're broadcasting to you from our wonderful basement studio.
Yeah.
Thank you again. And without further ado, let's go to our deep thought of the day with Gar.
Today's thought of the day is all about clothing. Do you know it's easier to tuck in your shirt if you put on your shirt first and then your pants?
That's an excellent thought. And something we can all practice whilst we remain at home for these next several days. Thank you, Gar. Swell. And now let's move on to our next guest, someone who needs no introduction whatsoever. Night Night's own expert, Steve. Always good to have me here, Peter. That's Chris. Of course, Ben. Right. So, well, Steve, being that you're most gracious to bring your expertise to our show, let's get to some viewer questions. Bring them on, Dante. Question 1 from Denver, Colorado. Denver. Yes, falls in a different time zone in other areas. Question. Why do you, Steve, look like Chris? Silly viewer. We do not look alike at all. I'm far better looking. Begin to listen to the eternal wisdom of my words. And you, too, might finally realize the full potential of your mind. Right, so on to question 2. This one's from Boulder, Colorado. Boulder, that's the same state as Denver, which makes it the same different time zone as other areas. Question 2, from Veronica. What is your area of expertise? Johan, of course I'm an expert. Well, thank you for that, Steve. Benedicto. And we'll be right back after these commercial messages.
We don't have any sponsors.
What?
No sponsors. None. You don't get a break.
No sponsors. So why don't we hear from Sam as she plays It's My Life from Talk Talk.
It's my life. Don't you forget. It's my life. It never
And now for today's weather.
Today's weather will be a comfortable 68. Tonight will be 68. And tomorrow will be another comfortable 68.
Nice. So would you say it's seasonal?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No.
No. Yes?
Great.
That's up to you.
Right. That's because it's always up to you. Do we have any sponsors yet?
No.
Right, well, okay, so then now let's go on to our special guest of the night, Chris Valenti.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just quarantining.
Oh, yes, it's a new sport. So how's things hanging?
Pretty good for me. You know, I'm just doing the same old, same old. I'm a gamer, so I'm pretty used to being in my house for 12 hours a day.
Natural habitat.
Of course.
Great. So I hear you do stand-up.
Yeah, I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 2 years now. I love it. It's so much fun.
Awesome. We have a clip.
So, not a lot of people here know me. I'm going to be honest, I don't think anybody here knows me. So, tonight we're going to get to know each other a little bit. My name's Christoper Valenti, from New York, and no, I'm not in the mafia, so do not ask me. Seriously, though, a lot of people have thought that I was in the mafia, even since I was a little kid. And I'm not, but I'm not going to lie, it's a good way to get whatever I want in elementary school. You know, I'll be like, I don't care who your dad is, Ryan. My dad's the head of the 5 families. Now, give me a chicken nuggets and video equal Donna.
So you're telling me you're a bully?
I wouldn't necessarily say that, Chris. I'd say that I'm a croissant. I look very hard and crunchy, but on the inside, I'm actually soft and buttery.
You're humble as well, I see.
Oh, yes, and extremely flaky.
Okay, great. You're also into acting, I hear.
Yeah, I've been acting since I was a young kid, ever since I was about, 12 years old.
Wow. So are you in I hear you're in a play?
Oh, yeah. I recently I did my off-Broadway debut in a play called The Insects, written by Megan Stratton. That was a lot of fun.
Congrats on that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So you're a stand-up comedian, an actor, a croissant, a humble man. What got you into acting? What inspires you?
Well, I mean, I love acting, but I really love telling true stories. You know, I'm inspired by all the incredible acts that haven't gotten their movies
Buzz.
yet.
Oh, did you hear that?
I did.
So, since this is our first show, let me explain to the audience what that means, and as you as well. When you hear
Buzz.
that means quick pet peeve. So,
Okay.
Chris, you ready? Quick pet peeve now.
When somebody refers to the next day as today, as soon as the clock strikes midnight, that pisses me off to no end. You know, if you're playing video games with somebody and as soon as it goes to midnight, they go, so what are you doing tonight? This is what I'm doing tonight, okay?
Good point. How about those people that come up to you with the birthday? Oh, in a few minutes it's going to be my birthday. Do you count that or do you wait for them?
No. Birthdays and holidays. Listen, if it's the day before Christmas and the clock strikes midnight, it is not Christmas. You have to wait for me to go to sleep and reopen my eyes, and then we can celebrate the birth of Christ.
Makes sense to me. I like it. So, Chris, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Have a great rest of your night. And come back.
Oh, I'd love to come back.
Awesome. Audience, Chris Valenti. Take care. And that's it for our first show. Thank you so much for coming on. Before we go, I'd like to give a real special thanks to the medical community out there that's doing incredibly brave work. Please stay safe. We love you. And to the viewers, if you like our show, tag your friends below, comment. We'd love to hear it. Pass it on. It means a lot. So we can do more. And I'm out of here.